speech is from the Company Communicator Manual, speech number 1. It's the icebreaker. And it's the first speech of the manual. It's an opportunity for us to get to know a new club member. The objectives of the speech are to begin speaking in front of an audience, to discover the speaking skills you already have and see the skills that you may want to develop, and again, to introduce yourself to club members. Our first speaker is a globe-trotting spiritual teacher, currently infatuated with language and the power of stories. She considers her time at Toastmasters a bit like going to the gym, an opportunity to strengthen, tone, and tighten up the flabby parts. Six-pack abs might be nice, but inspired storytelling and speaking excellence are her personal goals. No sit-ups required. With a speech entitled A Princess Tale, please welcome Pascale Kavanagh.
A long time ago, in a faraway land, a little girl dreamed of being a princess. She dreamed of a life that was full of magic and beauty and lots of sparkles. Mr. Toastmaster, esteemed members, welcome guests. So begins the story. So begins my story. You see, I was that little girl, and my life was full not so much of sparkles, but of a pathological shyness that gripped me, a certifiably crazy family that I could neither control or run away from, and being constantly berated for my inadequacies. There was a particular family elder who was especially ruthless, whose screeching voice I heard almost on a daily basis. Sit up straight! Elbows off the table! That purple nail polish, it's disgusting. Take it off. That was the usual rant. But one time, the following words came out of my mouth. You, young lady, descended from French kings, no less. Will you ever begin acting like it? I was so stunned at what I had just heard that all I could do was sit in silence as the story unfolded. Haiti is a small Caribbean country with a rather large and turbulent history. It was colonized by the French, among others, for hundreds of years. It's also the place of my birth. During French reign, a rather cunning yet badly behaved King Louis bargained himself out of his own beheading by agreeing to a secret exile to a far-off colony. I'm sure it was assumed he would be eaten by the natives in short order anyway. But good old Louis, he was a lot more clever than they gave him credit for. He arrived on the shores of Haiti, received a warm welcome, got an endearing nickname, Le Blanc, which means the white guy. He found himself a woman, settled down, and began a lineage that can be traced all the way down to my mother. Hence the legend of my bright blue blood. I was stunned, of course, and in disbelief as I heard the story, and then I realized, hey, maybe my fantasies of being a princess weren't so far off after all. And then it hit me, wait a minute, if this is actually true, then where is my beautiful life? Where is my elegance and grace? And where, for heaven's sake, are all the bloody sparkles? I could only imagine that somehow something had gone terribly, terribly wrong to have landed me in the life I was living. Fast forward to this moment as I stand before you, a grown woman who's lived a life full of so many things gone remarkably, magically right. It's been a wild ride of a life, nothing short of a divine adventure. I've been an atheist, an anarchist, an engineer, and a corporate badass, which we like to protect. I've sung and danced and cooked for love and money. I became the mother of the most remarkable human being I have ever known. I traveled the world searching for answers, only to keep discovering myself over and over again. I created a life as a spiritual seeker and student of the human experience. I had the realization that I'm much more comfortable barefoot in a Balinese temple than strolling along the Seine River, waving. My favorite accessories are my prayer beads and my yoga mat, neither of which are encrusted with gems or jewels. If I had a rule of law, it would be peace, love, and unbridled joy. So, as it turns out, I'm much more rebel than royal, much more free spirit than sovereign. And so the time came for me to release my fantasy of my girlhood and to step into the reality of the beautiful life I was actually living. The time came to return the tiara to the real owner, the person in my family who most embodies the qualities of a princess, the beauty, the grace, the compassionate intelligence. I'm sure my daughter will be very pleased to get this back. Thank you.